everybody, and welcome to Peaches and Power Bombs. I'm Majestic Marie, alongside Miss Alora Presley. How are we doing out there tonight, guys? And how are you, Alora?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing today?
I am hanging in there. I'm a little tired, but that's life. So I think we're
Yeah,
always
that's
tired.
about how it is.
Yep. Yep. Well, let's go ahead and get down to business and get all of the stuff. Guys, you know the drill. Y'all been here forever. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about Peaches and Power Bombs. We are inching a little bit closer every day to that 1,000 1,000 followers on Facebook. We're trying to get there, but we need your help, guys. So tell your friends that the sweet peaches need their help and to come over and like us. Even if they don't like wrestling, they need to like us.
We
Because
already
we're just
got a
fun.
couple of folks in the house. Of course, our girl Christine. It's good to see you too. And we got HBT in the house. We are
Hi,
doing great,
Harry.
Harry. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Check out the Straight Up Wrestling Show, guys. They are on all the time, pretty much.
Every day, all day, and then some.
All day, every day.
Yes. And twice on Sunday. I don't know. Oh, well, before
Yes.
we get into we're kind of just rehashing what we talked about last week, of course, because I wasn't here for like 95% of the last week's show, and I want to talk a little bit about the Royal Rumble too. So, we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But before we get that started, it would not be Peaches and Power Bombs without the Briscoe brothers, and we will let them get us all hyped up.
Ain't no way, chick. Ain't ready. There ain't no way, man. Ain't ready. Ain't no way y'all could possibly be ready. You can say you're ready as many times as you want. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Y'all boys ain't ready. There's no way, man. Talking about they anxious. You hear him, chick? Hey, somebody losing sleep. They losing sleep, baby. Man, I've been getting the best sleep of my life. I've been snoring, baby. Snoring, I've been snoring. Dreaming about this ass.
Yes, nothing to get us started like the Briscoes.
I know it was the 2-year anniversary of him passing away like 2 weeks ago, and
Yeah. I can't believe it's been 2 years already.
I know, it's so sad. It's so sad. I can't stand it, but I hate that we didn't really get to see the Briscoe brothers like on a really big platform. I would That would have been
Right.
so amazing. And I think we
Yeah.
would have eventually gotten there if it wasn't for well, if it wasn't for the unfortunate accident that happened. So,
Right. Right.
but
Yeah. Unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah, we were kind of having a disaster last week from Mina showing her butt to me getting kicked off a hotspot. Yeah, it was a mess. So
yeah.
yeah, we were kind of all over the place there, but we made it and all that. So we could where you want to start on first?
Well, let's start with the news first. We do have a little bit of injury news. We have some good news and bad news. So, which one do you want first?
Bad news.
Okay, the bad news is that that scary spot that happened between the Judgment Day and the War Raiders.
Yeah.
JD McDonough thankfully did not re-injure his neck, but he did suffer from some broken ribs and a punctured lung. That's
Oof,
I don't know if you saw that or not, but that was
I did.
crazy. And the fact that he even was able to finish the match, that was absolutely incredible. So we're giving all of our well wishes to JD McDonough and
Yes, and
hoping he has a speedy recovery.
and you know too, I'm so glad he's doing better.
Hmm.
Um yeah, it could have been a lot worse. It was a really nasty fall, and sometimes those things happen. And I'm just glad that he was able to. It wasn't his worst, and that he'll be on the road to recovery.
Yep, yep. Well wishes, like I said, to JD McDonough, and hopefully he will be back sooner rather than later. I'm sure he's feeling a little bummed out about missing the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania altogether. So,
yeah, it's better to miss them than to not be there at all. So, I mean,
yep. Well, on the good news side is that it looks like AJ Styles is on the verge. If he hasn't already, he is very close to being cleared. And the rumor has it from PWI Insider is that they are hoping he will get to be in the Royal Rumble on Saturday. And
I hope so. Yeah.
Both of us are Georgia girls, so we're always pulling for AJ Styles and hoping that he is indeed better.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
Yes. Harry is talking about the Briscoes, they would have been huge if they wrestled for AEW or WWE. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see it. I know, it's very sad. However, I guess we'll just have to go back and look on those great tag team matches between them and FTR as our fond memories go. Timothy said it was a great Saturday night main event from my backyard last Saturday night. Oh, so that's where you were, Timothy. We were wondering where you were at. You weren't here with us.
John from My Music Corner, a good friend of the show, says, just saying Atlanta did JD right by applauding him when he got back to the apron. I agree. Atlanta's a pretty smart wrestling crowd, so usually they're pretty much what am I trying to say? Well behaved is not the word what I'm looking for, but respectful.
I was about to say respectful.
Thank you. but yeah, that was yeah. Atlanta we try to stay classy.
Most of the time.
Christine, Jay Briscoe died in a car accident 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. It was sad indeed.
And John says he will be at Dynamite tomorrow night.
That's fun.
Yeah.
He's going to get an interesting show.
I didn't get to go to Collision or Raw, unfortunately. And that's okay. We can't always go.
No. Man, you would have had quite a collision too with that Mariah May and Toni Storm segment.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that later for sure.
It was crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of wrestling in Atlanta in the past for the next 2 weeks. Of course, we had Raw last night. NXT is at Center Stage tonight.
Yep, that's right.
Yes. Dynamite is on the campus of Georgia Southern next week. And MLW,
wow, really? I didn't know that.
MLW is somewhere in Atlanta on February the 8th as well. So there's a lot of wrestling going on in Atlanta in the next 2 weeks. It's kind of nuts.
We need
I don't get to go to any of it.
GoFundMe for Peaches and Power Bombs, or
I know, for real.
Sugar Daddy.
For real. I was like, man, I can't go to any of it. That's not fair.
I was sad last night at first because I was like, I want to go see my tribal chief. And I'm not gonna. And he wasn't even there.
See, he knew you weren't going to be there, Laura, and he was like, There's no point.
Laura, if Laura's not there, I'm not going to be there.
Yep. Funny stuff. Well, although our tribal chief was not there, they did announce that he was going to be on the cover of the new video game, of the next video game. And so that was pretty cool. But I want to go ahead and talk about something else that happened. This is really funny. I don't remember if we actually talked about this on the show or if it was off air or not. Okay. I gotta wait for her to come back. I will get... Oh no. Timothy, that's not very nice. I love that spot. Tony Storm was absolutely amazing in that spot. So a very interesting thing happened. Hello, welcome back. Oh, you're on. Let me unmute.
Sorry, I had to take a phone call. My bad.
That's okay. That's okay. I don't remember if we talked about this on camera or off camera, but I know at some point you mentioned who's going to be next for Braun Breaker. Is it going to be Penta? And I said it's too soon. And guess what? Alora was right.
I can't always be wrong.
No, they didn't. They haven't like announced a match or anything between the two, but the two did have an altercate, like a little
backstage segment. Yeah.
Yes, and so I was like, well, there's that. Alora was right. But somebody was.
Yeah, I think we were talking. I think we were talking about it during Saturday night's main event because we were like, "What's going to be next for Braun Breaker?" Then, and I think we were just kind of talking, and I was like, "Well, there's Penta. You know, he just got there, and even though like it was like you said, I thought it would be too soon as well, but you know, really, really and truly, who could face Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship? Exactly. So." You know,
he's kind of beaten everybody. I mean, that I can think of right now. So,
yeah, yeah. When you said that to me last night, I just couldn't help but laugh. I was like, it was just a random thought, you know. But it's all good. It'll be whatever they decide to do. As far as Penta goes, it's gonna be good because Penta's just to me is amazing. So,
yes. Yeah, it's going to be fun. The only thing that I could think of what they could do with Braun Breaker is, but of course this doesn't make any sense now that we know that Damian Priest is over on SmackDown now. So I would have said Damian Priest could have just taken a little step down and went after Braun Breaker, but that's not relevant anymore because he's now on SmackDown.
Yeah, see, that was another thing too. I wouldn't have saw Priesty yet again.
I know, it would have been sad.
I think
it was a good show last night, though.
Yeah, we would have still had a good time. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. It wasn't meant to be. Now we have to let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. Oh, no one came here to hear me sing. All right, so we're gonna talk just a few minutes. This won't take very long about the women's tag team championships. It looks like, well, actually, Naomi and Bianca are actually defending their titles tonight on NXT.
Oh, really?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who it's against though. I don't know who those girls are.
Is it Lash and Jakara?
It might be. I think so. It might be. It'd be really interesting. I've been thinking that Jade might show up at the Rumble, but Jade is from Atlanta. So what if she showed up tonight on NXT?
Ooh, that would be a nice surprise.
It would. I mean, everybody's kind of expecting the Royal Rumble. So
right.
if
they
did a little swerve.
Yeah, we were expecting for Jade to show up at the Rumble, and we would find out then who attacked her.
Yeah.
And for all we know, they might just do a swerve, and it'd be Lash or Jakara, and they don't do nothing with Bianca or Naomi. We don't know.
Who knows? Who knows?
But I
don't
do
know.
like that idea.
Yeah. It would be a nice little twist when everyone's expecting her to show up on the Royal Rumble and she showed up on NXT instead.
Yeah,
But-
that'd be awesome. Yeah, because I totally forgot about it.
But I don't know if they'll actually do that or not, because Liv Morgan and Raquel did get a win over them last night too. So it's like they've got a lot on their plate right now. So I don't know exactly where they're going with that.
Yeah, and I'm glad you kind of mentioned that too, because I did see the results, and I was sitting there thinking, like, Liv had an incredible 2024. What's in store for her 2025? And I think we're going to see her and Raquel. Could very well possibly see them once again get the women's tag team championship.
Yeah, it's pretty much a given at this point. It's just a matter of when. Does it happen within the next couple months? Do they wait until WrestleMania to do it? Something's going to happen.
Right.
Let's see what we have going on in the chat. Timothy does not like Monday Night Raw on Netflix. I don't mind it, especially if you watch it the next day. There's no ads.
Yeah.
Harry says Damian against Braun would be a great match. Thank you. Yeah, I think it would be good. We won't get it anytime soon, but
Mina's giving her 2 cents.
Joe Hendry is going to be in the Royal Rumble, but Joe Hendry is not going to win the Royal Rumble. Joe Hendry is NXT World Champion right now, so.
You mean TNA?
Yes, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I think something and something else complete comes out of my mouth. It happens all the time.
Well, come here. Do you want to say hi to everybody? Or you want to be a butt? You want to be a butt. Okay.
Christine says that Jade comes in at 29 and Charlotte comes in at 30. Jade wins. She thinks that Naomi took out Jade.
Yeah, I think Naomi did too.
Yeah.
I'm about 96% certain.
Yep.
Mina's giving us her 2 cents.
I was thinking that already, but when Kevin Owens came out there with a Naomi shirt on, I was like, that's it. It was her. It was her, and Kevin Owens knows.
I'm thinking of the Kevin is right shirt right now.
Yeah.
Kevin is right.
Kevin was right.
He's giving us little Easter eggs.
He is. And it's pretty great.
Let me get this cat.
Okay.
Come here.
Let me look at. Naomi got tired of Jade's crap. I don't know. I didn't realize she had any.
Here she is. Say hi, Mina.
Hi, Mina.
You wanted to be seen. You're seen now. Come here. Look. There you go.
Okay, I have a question. Does Mina acknowledge Roman Reigns? Or does Roman Reigns acknowledge Mina?
I don't know. You acknowledge the tribal chief. Huh? She just started attacking me, so I'm guessing that's a yes. Julian showed up to the chat. Oh, go ahead, Marie.
Oh, I was just going to say yes. This is what I think happened. Naomi was jealous of not being in the spotlight. I I do believe in Joe Hendry, but I don't believe in him winning the Royal Rumble.
I do believe that Joe Hendry and John Cena will have a moment in the Royal Rumble, but I don't think Joe Hendry is going to win the Rumble.
No.
Julian has made it to the show. Hey, we were just talking about that. I'm about 96% certain it's Naomi.
Yep, me too. It'll be fun to see what all plays out. Even if they don't always do something that exactly the way that I think that they're going to do it, 9 times out of 10, Triple H has something else in mind, and it's usually better than what I think it's going to be. So I'm just going to trust the process, as you call it, and see how it plays out. I know that you guys with Harry and Chris and Jamie last week talked about the Royal Rumble and who y'all think is going to show up and everything. And I kind of want to talk about the Royal Rumble for a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and read off the names who are already announced for it.
Okay.
On the men's side, we have John Cena, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, Logan Paul, Jey Uso, Penta, Braun Breaker, Chad Gable, and Rey Mysterio. So that is stacked. That's really stacked so far.
Yes, it is. That leaves a lot of room for surprises.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of NXT, TNA, and I think we might get a return or two. We were talking about that last week.
Aleister Black.
Yeah. I think one of the big predictions that I made was Chad Gable's going to be number 1 and Aleister Black's going to be number 2.
Yeah. That sounds pretty good.
We got to have the badass entrance. That would just be that place.
Yeah, because really, if he debuted anywhere else, we wouldn't really get that because he'd just be running down there, right?
Right, exactly.
That's fabulous.
I think that should happen. Chad Gable number 1, Aleister Black number 2, because like y'all said on Raw last week, he was talking about learning the dark arts of Lucha Libre, and Dom hands him a card about something. It was the name of his and Selena Vega's dojo or training place. So that's why I said Chad Gable number 1 and Aleister Black number 2.
That is so cool.
Because Chad Gable will be that one. He'll cut a promo and then that happens. Okay, you bit off more than you could chew, but all right, let's see what you
got. Timothy is saying, please don't let it be John Cena. Timothy, my darling, my dear, my sweet friend, you're probably going to be disappointed because there's a very good chance that it's John Cena. There's a very good chance it's John Cena. I say my predictions to win, I have 2. It's either going to be John Cena or it's going to be CM Punk. Those are my 2 guesses.
I say John's going to win just cause. But I would like for Jay to win and challenge Gunther and win at WrestleMania, but it's not going to happen because Alora's dreams do not matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alora's dreams don't matter. It's okay though.
On the women's side, we have. I was a little bit disappointed in the women's Rumble build-up because they didn't do it as good as they did the men's. They just kind of had everybody come out there at the last minute and go, "Oh, I'm going to be in there," and that was it.
I think now that you say that, and while I'm thinking about it, if John actually wins the Rumble, John Cena wins the Rumble, and he hasn't been there, like, can you just imagine the animosity they can carry out to the ring on the way to WrestleMania? They can air out their grievances or whatever in a promo.
Oh gosh, and they'll let him do it this time too.
Yeah.
I mean, because this is not the WWE of yesteryear. They have memories.
Yeah.
They don't just forget stuff. And they'll be like, I can't believe that old man got it. We're the ones who've been doing all the work.
And that's the thing. John ain't been there, and he'll come and win the Rumble, and yeah, just like what we see. And that's the thing too. You remember he criticized The Rock about all that kind of stuff, but now, years and years later, he's doing the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm. Goes around, comes around, I guess.
Jesus. Yeah, you said that Aleister Black was one of your picks for a return, which we all kind of agreed with that. Is there anybody else that could return, or, well, we all agreed Joe Hendry was going to be in the Rumble.
That's a given.
Yeah, that's like 100% a given. Is there anybody else that you would like to see in the Rumble? Whether it be from NXT or...
Well, I don't know too many people from NXT. It'd be really cool if Trick Williams gets a little spot in there.
Yeah.
Or Obafemi, too. He's the new NXT World Champion.
That could very well happen.
Well, we were talking about him a while ago. I hope AJ Styles is well enough to be able to be in it. Mm-hmm. And this is a wild card, and I don't expect this at all, but it would make me happy. It's personal. I would love to see Mike Santana.
Yeah.
I love him awesome. So much. I do.
Yeah. As far as surprises go, I'm right there with you. I think we'll see Trick Williams in the Rumble, and I think we'll see Joe Hendry in the Rumble. I think him and Cena will have a moment. And I don't want to forget about Corey Graves either, in the little drama that he had a couple of weeks ago. I think everybody's going to forget about that, and I think he might do something with Pat McAfee.
If that happens, I will fall to the floor. Absolutely.
Because talk is going around. People are like, oh, he might go after McAfee. And it could very well happen, especially after that stuff he put out. And then all of a sudden, he was back on NXT like nothing happened. Like, oh, we're supposed to forget about what you said. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And he did get cleared last year. So.
He did. I do think, too, that The Rock will show up in the Rumble, whether he's number 30, number 31, or he might just show up because he's The Rock, and I think he's going to cost Roman the Rumble. And that's how we're going to get them at WrestleMania.
The only problem with The Rock being in the Rumble is that it would be hard not to have The Rock win the Rumble if he's in it.
He might show up as a distraction, maybe. I don't know. That's why I said if he's 30, 31, or he might just show up and cost Roman the Rumble. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you got Solo yet. We ain't thought about Solo, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga. They're gonna probably be in the men's Rumble too, and they're gonna be gunning for Roman.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and Jamie mentions, is his name Zilla? Zilla Fatu?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. he might come in. I know they signed him. It's just a matter of when he's coming in and what's he going to be doing. Timothy wants Ray to be in the Royal Rumble and to eliminate John Cena. I want to see that too. Okay? Look, if Ray is in the Royal Rumble, he needs to let me know and get me tickets, I have to see that. Obafemi versus Braun. Has that happened? In NXT?
It might have happened in NXT. I do want to mention right quick that Obafemi is actually a really good talker on the mic. I was really impressed with him when he cut his promo the week after he won his title. It was about 2 weeks ago he did that.
That's cool.
Wade from Ring Scoops.
Oh,
no, we can't have that. Oh, God.
That's not a bad. I talked about that last week. That would be awesome.
Okay,
that would be awesome.
I take that back. If John Cena stays in TNA, that's fine. We'll just say that.
That would be absolutely insane. Do you know how much good that would do for TNA to have John Cena over? Oh my goodness.
That's money though. Yeah, well, Wade is on to something.
I'm getting goosebumps thinking about that. But
if he wins the Rumble and challenges Joe Hendry for the TNA title, I'd kind of be mad, but
my goosebumps just went away. My goosebumps just went away. Ugh. Okay. Christine, I love you. On. And I think this is the first time that you're... No, not that. That's the wrong one. This one.
Fight me. Fight me. Fight me. Fight me. Fight me. Don't fight me.
I say that with the most respect I can have for you, my dear. No one wants to see that. Yes, the Women's Rumble will move on with that. We have Bayley, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Nia Jax. Please don't put her at number 1. Please don't. Charlotte Flair, Lyra Valkyria, Ivy Nile, Raquel Rodriguez, and Io Sky.
Yeah, we were just talking a few minutes ago that we think Jade will be in the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Given what's going on tonight. And I was talking about, I thought Cora Jade was trying to feud with Rosemary in TNA, but it was actually Masha.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know where I got Rosemary from. I don't know, but anyways, I do think those two can make a surprise appearance in the Rumble, being they have some things going on, or they might not at all. I do think that Roxanne will be in the Rumble because she does have a feud going on with Bayley, and I think that's going to continue post-Rumble. Charlotte has already said that she's going to return at the Rumble.
They must have something planned if they went ahead and announced her.
Yeah.
Wade is on to something. I don't think that Alexa's going to win, but I do think that she's going to be in it. And I don't know, maybe Asuka too. Asuka's been out for a while.
Asuka could come back. Yep.
So I guess we'll just have to see.
Harry says John Cena and TNA would be flipping crazy. It's something nobody would forget.
No, absolutely. That I would start watching TNA on a regular basis. I would.
Yeah, with the women, the more I thought about it, the more I felt like it was evident. I think Charlotte or Becky's going to win. I think Becky's going to return.
Becky, yeah.
Because they did tease that stare down with her and Rhea Ripley last summer.
Oh yeah.
And but I do, if they don't go with Becky, I think they'll go with Charlotte, and she'll probably more than likely challenge Tiffany Stratton.
Okay.
It'll be something different because she already faced Rhea at WrestleMania like what, twice?
Yeah. Moonsault versus Moonsault. That would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
Christine, it's on AXS TV. DirecTV has that. I don't know who else has that. And Wade, I like Io too. Io is definitely a power player. Somebody that we could see as a surprise pick, and there's going to be a lot of room for that as well. I think we could see Nikki Bella be in the Rumble, but obviously she's not going to win it. So, do you have any more that could possibly make an appearance in the Rumble?
I always want to see AJ Lee, but
yeah,
with her neck problems, who knows, and if she even wants to anymore. But that's wishful thinking. I don't know. I mean, this is the first time in a really long time that there's not a clear winner going in. Like last year, we all knew Cody Rhodes was going to win the men's, and we all knew that Bayley was going to win the women's.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and since then we all knew pretty much who was going to win. This year, it's way different. They're doing things differently, and everybody has. Almost everybody. There's a few in here that you're like, okay, you're not winning, but there's a lot of people who have a pretty good say. If they won the Rumble, it would make sense, basically.
Right.
They could do Bayley again. I don't think they will. Liv Morgan could very well win. Bianca Belair, maybe. Nia Jax could win. Charlotte Flair definitely could win. Io Sky could win. So,
yeah,
I mean, it's really up in the air, and it's really just, we got to wait and see. I know I say that all the time, but it is really, that's what it is. We just got to wait and see, because they could totally surprise us and do something completely off course of what we're thinking. So. Yes, Becky Lynch secretly signed a new deal with them, and I'm, we're pretty much guessing she's going to be at the Royal Rumble, so it's exciting. It's exciting.
Some news outlets were reporting that Bianca could be facing Rhea at WrestleMania this year, but my thing is that okay, well, say it is Jade and Naomi, or Jade and what's the other one going to do? Cast to the side.
Yeah, because all three of those ladies deserve to have something at WrestleMania, because they've been doing a lot of work, and that's including Naomi. And
yeah. Naomi's been doing some of her best work, I think.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I want to see Bianca versus Rhea Ripley at some point, but I want it to be the right time with the right story. And I think with this Naomi and Jade thing, it's going to be difficult to take her away from that, because she's kind of involved in it too.
Right. And
So-
they've been all been involved for well over a year now. So it's kind of like, okay, it's one of the two, and then how is that going to play out? Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay, we have our winner. I predict that Tom, our third Peach, is going to win the Royal Rumble this year. And if that is so, we expect our tickets to show up pretty soon. We only have a few days to get there, Tom. So we have to be front row and center in order to see you win the Royal Rumble. So
Yes. That is our winner. I never saw that coming. Never.
nope. No one else would see it coming either because they'd be like, who's that?
Who's that guy?
And everybody in in the land in the family of Tom Clark's Main Event and 6M podcast and Peaches and Power Bombs, we would all be going crazy. But no comps. What is this? Rude. Well,
It's okay.
if you win the
I don't
Royal
have a
Rumble,
babysitter for Mina.
if you win the Royal Rumble, then you're main eventing WrestleMania, so we expect our comps then. How's that? All right. Well, it's going to be exciting.
I heard the ticket prices for WrestleMania is atrocious. It's awful this
Yeah,
year.
they are. They're horrible.
I said, well, last WrestleMania I've been to was 10 years ago. I think my WrestleMania days are over.
Yeah, I think they were like almost 1,000 a piece for each night.
Whew. I would give my intake on that, but we're trying to be PG friendly, so
Yep.
Tom said he's going to shock the world. He believes like Joe Hendry.
Yes. Well, that's the Royal Rumble. And really quick, I know this is not a long show or anything. We just kind of wanted to get on here and chat and have a little bit of fun with you guys tonight. We knew it wasn't going to be a long show, but this happened on Collision, and I got to see it because I was also during our Saturday night main event watch along. I also had Collision on too, so I could tell you guys about what was happening on Collision. And they had a great segment involving Toni Storm and Mariah May.
It's my
Laura
nuts in the sun. Sorry.
They say the hardest role to play is yourself. It was amazing, and if you haven't seen it, guys, go see it. I might actually share the clip of that to our page because it was just so cool. But Toni Storm has been playing Mariah May this entire time. She does not have amnesia.
Which we kind of figured that, but
we kind of figured, but it was fun anyway. And
the reveal to me was stellar.
Mhm.
And I tell you what, it's always a good crowd in Jacksonville, no matter what. So like it was well received, and whether it was 50% full or stacked all the way to the top, they got a good show Saturday, and that was a stellar segment. I give them that.
Yeah, and Collision was better than Dynamite, if I may say so.
Yeah.
It was really great. It was a great show. I think it's exactly what AEW needed. I hate that they don't have as big of an audience on Saturday nights, especially with the main event going on at the exact same time. I'm sure that brought numbers down too. Mm-hmm. But it was a really great show. They knew what they were up against, and they were like, you know what? We're going to give our faithful, the ones who are with us, no matter what is going on, we're going to give them a great show. And they sure did. They stepped it up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking forward to this.
I want to mention too that the commentators, really gave Jacksonville their props, because it was, because Staley's Place is an outdoor amphitheater. It's it has a roof over it, but they made the comment about how cold it was outside, and they still had a good turnout. So when I went to Dynamite in April, Alex and I, it was about 50% full, and it was still a good crowd and a good show. So I can only imagine what it was like Saturday. And then they got that stellar segment. They had a great show from top to bottom. That Tony Storm and Mariah May, I thought that was really good, like I said. And I had told Marie, I said, I think this is about the only time now we're all accept bra and panties in a segment.
Well, to be fair, she didn't show what she was wearing was pretty much just a plain version of what she wrestles in.
Right.
So, I mean, it didn't really bother me all that much.
It didn't bother me either. There was a point behind it, basically.
Yes. Yes, I did watch Collision. I know Collision is a good show, Timothy. It's just Saturday nights are not always a great time for me to be able to watch it. But and then I forget to watch the replay of it. And then time gets away from me. I mean, I'm doing good to keep up with Dynamite and Raw and SmackDown. Anything else? Yikes. So, but it was a good show.
Yes, it was.
And I'm excited to see what's about to happen. Speaking of Dynamite, tomorrow, Ray and I will be here at 4:30 to do our usual preview of that show. So make sure you guys come back tomorrow afternoon. Everybody in the chat right now is there with us every week, so we appreciate your loyalty and your support. And the Royal Rumble is Saturday. We will not be here for that. We're going to watch it in the comfort of our own homes. Without having to worry about the internet.
I'll probably be hanging out with the bestie, hopefully this weekend. So we'll get to watch it together. As I still don't have my Wi-Fi yet. I still need to make that call, but I've been trying to make some other things happen before I do that.
Yeah.
Another thing that I like about AEW too, while I'm thinking about it, thank you, Timothy, while you said that. I like the fact that they're previewing shows a couple weeks ahead. Like you got Swerve and Ricochet in Atlanta next Wednesday. They're kind of doing a couple weeks out, so you have something to look forward to.
Yeah,
I do like that, and then they're making more of a point to book in smaller venues. I think that's better for them for now.
Mm-hmm.
It's a better idea, and I do think that the vibe is a lot better.
And I think you'll be able to feel the energy from the crowd a little bit more because of that. And it'll help the the wrestlers and the people performing. It'll help them a lot more too. And I think it'll give them a good jolt of energy to the whole company. The past couple years, whatever side you're on, I don't really care. Okay. But AEW should exist. I never want a wrestling company to fold, right? Because different wrestling companies give different wrestlers a place to work, and that's always a good thing. It's always a positive thing. And I want all the best for them. WWE is hot right now, yes. And that might take away a little bit from AEW, but that doesn't mean that they shouldn't exist.
That's the thing too with TNA, just to see them with this partnership with WWE after years of struggling. TNA, TNA was all but folded so many years, and they still held on. And Billy Corgan tried to do his thing with it and whatnot, and now to see them getting to where they should have been a long time ago, they're getting revived. I think it's beautiful. Like, it's beautiful considering its ups and downs and arounds. And then you got places like NWA too. You got New Japan that you can watch. Like back in even 15, 20 years ago, that stuff was hard to access because it wasn't easily accessible like it is today. I mean, 20 something years ago, if you wanted to see something in New Japan, you better hope somebody had a video,
Yes.
Like I tell Alex this all the time. I'm like, you don't know how good you have it. I say, you can click on New Japan World at a click of the button. TNA's got a library now. Just click it at a touch of a button. Oh, we couldn't do that. If we didn't get that pay-per-view, we was ass out.
Yeah.
We was ass out. And but yeah, I mean, just the fact that so much stuff is accessible now, that's a great thing. It is so much. I know for us, it's hard to keep up with, as much as we would love to see all of it. It's so hard to keep up with it, even at our age. So, like,
when you started talking about when you said TNA has a partnership with WWE, a thought struck my brain, and I don't understand. I don't know why I didn't think about this before, but I don't know if he signed with them or not. But Matt Cardona did show up on TNA's last show to challenge Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
So what if he was in the Royal Rumble, and he's married to Chelsea Green? So Chelsea Green.
Yeah, I think fans will really pop off that. Him and Joe Hendry had a good match too, by the way. I did catch that.
Yeah. So
I'm proud of him too, because he worked so hard to get over in WWE, and it just it didn't work out. And then once he got on the independent scene, like, it was game changer.
There he went. Fantastic.
And I think he'll have a whole lot more. People are going to pop for him no matter what, but I think he's going to get more of a respectful type of pop thing. Like, people are going to, you know what, this dude's done a lot since he's been gone. He's come so far. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And he was just on Ring of Honor not too long ago, challenging Chris Jericho. So
yeah,
he really is. When he calls himself the indie god, he really is.
Oh yeah, for sure. Scott Larson from the hashtag Truth, give him a shout. Check him out. Who's to say that AEW might find lightning in the bottle like WCW did with NWO? All TV companies for wrestling has their place. I agree.
Yes.
AEW is going to go through their trial and error. We're seeing that, and we're seeing that, and people can laugh all they want at Tony Khan or whatnot, but not everybody's gonna fund a wrestling company and keep it going strong like he has.
Right.
With the talent that he has exceptional talent on that roster.
Yes, he does.
And he was able to, and also he was able to, pick up Ring of Honor. I wish we could see it on TV more, yes, but it's better than them not being there at all.
Yep, that's true. And I'm just waiting for April when we get
Eddie Kingston back. I do miss Eddie Kingston. He has such a honest. He just has such a grit and just an honest approach to what he does, and I think that's one of the reasons why we love him so much.
And he'll come back and he'll challenge Jon Moxley for the AEW World Championship
right.
at Double or Nothing, and he'll win.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that me dreaming again?
Scott says his opinion is AEW has too many superstars to totally fail, even behind the scenes. I agree with you. All kinds of learning trees, not just Chris Jericho. You got Dustin Rhodes back there that's like absolutely on top of his game, and just so many people that's been there, done that, and yeah, I mean, how could they? I don't think Timothy liked your picture.
Well, it's not for him anyway. It was for us. This is our show.
Yeah, even Mina was like, yeah, my show too.
Yes. And Mina loves Eddie Kingston.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do, don't we?
All right, Alora, is there anything else you want to bring up before we tell everybody goodnight?
Well, we talked about the other matches. I think, we do think, does Randy Orton show up at the Rumble? I don't know, but I think he might show up during Cody Rhodes' match. I think he'll be at the Rumble. In what capacity, we're not completely sure.
Mm-hmm.
I do think we're going to see something with that. I think Cody's going to retain. But then again, they might surprise us and have KO win. Who knows? But the one match that I'm looking forward to is the 2 out of 3 falls match with DIY and Motor City Machine Guns. That's going to be a banger. The sleeper match is going to be a banger. Yep. I cannot wait to see that.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to that too. When they announced that, when I saw the announcement, not that they hadn't previously, I was really excited. I was like, ooh, that's going to be good. I can't wait for that.
I was like, Lord, I know I'm an older wrestling fan when I'm looking forward to that versus the Rumble.
The Royal Rumble it is always special, and it's always a lot of fun. But yeah, as far as just a match goes, totally.
Because there's some matches at Royal Rumbles in the past that like stole the show. So I mean, it's not always a bad thing. I'll tell y'all why. I feel like I'm an old lady in wrestling now. I'll tell you why. This shirt that I'm wearing, it has splits up the side, and they kind of go up a little further than I would like. So while I was watching Collision, I was sewing my shirt. I was sewing my shirt on the sides while I was watching Collision. I'm like, yeah, I've been a wrestling fan for 30 years, and look at me, I'm an old lady. I'm sewing my shirt.
It was last year at the Royal Rumble. It was Roman Reigns was still champion, and he defended it against LA Knight and Randy Orton, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a great match last year. It probably was my favorite one.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Go through
well,
the
guys.
last comments right quick. Thank you, Scott, for the kind words. Do all the things, like, share, subscribe. We didn't even do our ticker tonight. Terrible.
Well, we did. I just turned it off because
you did.
We were going off we were about to end the stream like 10-15 minutes ago and we started talking again.
Duh. Okay. Good night to you too, Christine. Thank you so much. And I do miss the Wyatt Six. Hopefully they'll bring them back soon. Scott thinks CM Punk wins the Rumble.
He's one of my picks too.
Oh yeah, he'd probably be a wild card for me.
So we'll see you guys later, and the next time you see us, we'll know who wins. So we'll have fun getting to talk to you all.
We might be bitching or we might be happy. You never know.
Will they be on the boo list? Or will we be pleasantly surprised and happy? We'll see.
Yeah. You never
All right,
know.
guys, y'all have a good night. Ray and I will be here tomorrow afternoon to preview Dynamite, so come hang out with us tomorrow afternoon, 4:30. See you guys later. Bye. Good night, sweet peach. It's time to go. Good night, sweet peach. It's the end of the show. We hate to leave, but we really can't stay. So good night, sweet